Good morning everyone, welcome back. Just got another little spray job done there this morning. That will be all of the beans and vetch stubbles have all been sprayed for summer weeds. Just potato weed and melons in there, taking care of that. The header's all cleaned up there this morning. Got the spraying done just in time for it to rain this weekend. And when I'm talking rain, we could actually be in for a nice little amount of rain over the next week, sort of totals from 40 to 60 millimetres. Yeah, really depends on what comes through next week as well. They're saying up to 45 mil on Sunday, I believe. So, look, that'll just be unbelievable on what is forecast to be a challenging year this year. So that'll probably be the first time since I've been back on the farm that we've actually had a decent summer rain in the new year and leading in towards seeding time. So yeah, it'll be just nice for the rainwater tanks, all that good stuff. So I'm not really doing a lot today. I'm just floating around the shed here now, tidying a few things up, going to get the header put away, and yeah, just, I don't know, there's just stuff that's always staring at me that I always want to do that I seem to never get time to do. I'm just doing stuff like that today. I'm just spending a bit of time in the storage shed. I got parts and bits and pieces there everywhere. My ute's got a couple of little tiny coolant leaks that need taken care of since I did the cylinder head on that. The pickup front here in the shed, that's just been sitting there since harvest. That needs a bit of a blow off and to be put back in the shed with the header. Looks like I've sold at least 50 tonne of hay, maybe 100 or 90 to 100 I think they're saying. Depends how they go on what they're going to pick up. So that'll be going out hopefully Monday, Tuesday. Picked up some snail bait. If we get an opportunity and we do get more rain next week like they're saying, might be a good chance to go and bait a couple of paddocks, a couple of problematic paddocks. So lots of things happening, and we've got another little job to do with the sprayer tomorrow, which I'll talk to you guys about later on in the day, I suppose, when we get to that. Anyway, we might get the header around here, get this pickup front out and get the blower and give that a blow off. The old girl is looking a lot better after a tub. Boy, was it filthy. My goodness. Far from perfect, but yeah, a lot better than what it was. The plan is to get that pickup front out of here and cleaned, and then down in this corner of the shed here, and I'll leave the header behind it. So I'm going to have to do a bit of shuffling around here with a bit of this stuff. I need that for the morning anyway, so we'll turf that out, shuffle a bit of stuff around. Hopefully finish getting all this stuff organised and put back in the shed, and we might have to get up and clean some gutters out if we're going to get a good rain, because no doubt they're full of dirt and leaves and everything else. So make sure we catch all that beautiful, glorious rainwater. So at harvest time, I just pulled this wind guard straight off because in 2023 I used a 914 pickup front, And that wind guard it's sat way too low to the, like between the belt and the wind guard, and the swaths would just jam up. They wouldn't actually go in underneath. So when we got this, I just pulled it straight off. I thought, oh, I'm not even going to bother because I had so much trouble last time. But now that I'm looking at this, I think someone has actually extended this up, because that looks very homemade. And if they have done that, then it probably would have worked okay. So definitely should have had a bit better look at it. I think next year when we're doing canola, we might be able to just leave that on. And I don't think we'll have to modify anything, but we'll get it back on and have a look at it. That's kind of nice to know now that I'm looking at it again, because people were saying, well, it's not feeding well because you haven't got your wind guard on. Well, I took it off for a reason. I didn't explain myself at the time, but I did have a reason. Have a look at the gap on it. Yeah, I could have easily left that on, I think, looking at that again now. So, yeah, I'm sure on the other 914 I used this bolted up either down here or just above. So that's quite an extension. I don't know, someone else might own one. They'll be able to answer that question for me, I suppose. But, yeah, next year that can just stay on there. I don't see any dramas with that. Rest. Just getting a little bit of OH&S under control here. There's a couple done. Got one to put up in the chemical shed as well, but yeah, I'll have to have a clean up and that over there and do that another day, I think. They've only been sitting around for about 6 months, so it's nice to, you know, get a start on the job. So it looks like our rainfall forecast is hanging in there for Sunday, which means I got a job for this stuff that's on the front of the loader. The forecast was up to 45 mil yesterday. They've taken it back to up to 30. So they've talked it back a little bit, which it could still do anything because it's coming down from the northwest. It's tropical kind of weather. So we'll just keep our fingers crossed, but we're a good chance still of rain next week anyway. So yeah, it's time to get this stuff here out. I'll probably go over this in the morning. I've just got a few things to try and get done tonight. Get the sprayer organised, maybe clean some gutters out. So yeah, we'll keep moving on. Scrumptious rainwater. So what do we got on board this morning, guys? Basically, we have a microbial brew on board called Stubble Digest. Why have we got that on board? Well, we got it for this situation right here. When we came in to harvest this barley, the straw was way too green. We did not do a good job of chopping it or spreading it, so we've got a lot of windrows around the paddock. Now this product we've got on board wants rain to work, to do its job, which as you can see, it is all brewing up around us at the moment. So we've got rain coming, perfect time to get this product out. Now it does run a little bit deeper than that, guys. I'll try and dig into the memory banks and explain this, but this product is supposed to help break down the stubble and return it to the soil as soil carbon rather than it being able to nick off back into the atmosphere. And I'll try and explain that basically through the use of things like fungicides. Fungi and bacteria get out of whack in the soil, then the bacteria can break it down, and instead of it going back to the soil as carbon, I think it goes back into the atmosphere as CO2 if I remember rightly. So this is supposed to help correct that. We're trying to get, you know, the symbiotic relationship in the soil back in whack, and we want to supercharge this stubble breaking down. Now I am interested to see whether this product will have any bearing on the crop in here this year. It's going to be beans across this whole lot. Here's our fence we took out the other week, so we're literally going to have a line in the sand, but we'll breaking this stubble down quicker release more nutrition back into the ground for the crop that's in there. So I don't know, I mean it is beans, so it's not a huge nitrogen using crop. It creates its own, so maybe we won't see much with that, but it'll be interesting to see nonetheless. So that's a bit of a rough breakdown of it. I'm sure someone could probably explain it a bit more thoroughly than me, but that's the way I understand it. So it was a kind of pricey little trial to do. I think I'll have to go back and look at the invoice, but I reckon it was around $1,000 to do this 20 hectare piece here. But I have to do something with it because I'm not going to get back through with the air seeder. So it was either do something like this and try and put the bugs to work, or we'll have to come in here and do something mechanical. So it'll be an interesting trial. Will it help? I have no idea, but you got to try these things out to figure things out. And it's also my understanding is now that we've put this brew out here is that this will basically stay here as long as we don't do anything to upset it, e.g. coming and putting out a fungicide, which two things I really don't like using on the farm is insecticide and fungicide, because they are kind of like a sledgehammer. They take out the bugs, but they take out the good and the bad bugs, and the same with the fungicide. And I think the more you use them, the more you become reliant on them. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if we can stay away from fungicide on here, what it will do with our stubble in the future as well. So stay tuned. Looks like Graham's doing my job for me. Nice. Good morning! Damn pine trees. Yeah, I mean this downpipe is blocked. Is it? Yeah. You'll probably get away with pulling out 2 or 3 tech screws here and then just digging it out. Grab my ute. Just spent a solid hour up on the roof of that big shed. Those gutters were not good, and there's a reason why they're not good, because it is no fun getting up there. Yeah, don't do what I do, but we just had a long ladder, Dad down the bottom, had a spotter, got it done. Anyway, I'm glad it's done.
She's getting so confident. You see her let go of it, like to go, see if it's going to go any far.
I thought we had cleaned out all the gutters on all the roofs, but evidently we had forgotten one, so I just got up and did that then. But we have taken quite a bit of leisure time this afternoon. It is Saturday and the girls have got their first Pee-wee 50 courtesy with a very generous brother-in-law. So just so much fun, man. So much fun out there riding around with him. It's been awesome. Surprise! Just got 150 or so lambs here that I just want to push into the shed because, well, it's supposed to rain tonight. And they're going to go and get turned into lamb chops shortly. So I think they're going on a truck tomorrow, so we'll try and keep them out of the muck and that tonight. Come on. Inside, inside, come on. Or just run around me like absolute wallies. I want to go into the dark space. Alright, that's done. Let's see what this rain does tonight and tomorrow. Well, it's Sunday morning now, and the rain is finally starting to pick up a little bit. It's still very gentle, but nice to see nonetheless. I don't think we're going to get the totals that maybe we were hoping for, but it's just such a nice change of pace because it's just been so hot and dry here lately.
Finally some rain falling. There he is. Loading sheep in the rain, but can't really complain, I guess. Just happy that it's fallen. I don't really seem to be cooperating either. Been out here for ages. Good fun. Happy Sunday.
They're getting there. Those new tanks that I put in, they're starting to fill up. Another 50,000 litres there when they're full, which will be awesome. But 28 millimetres, that's what we ended up with. So really good rain, really nice to see. Maybe a little bit more this weekend. Fingers crossed it hangs in there. Be a great way to start the year. So we'll just keep our fingers crossed and see what happens. But I'm going to leave this video here. Massive shout out to Market Check, our video sponsor. If you're a farmer and you're looking for assistance with your grain marketing, be sure to go and check those guys out. And that's all I got for you. If you guys want to support the channel, you know what to do. If not, all good. You guys have yourselves a good one. Till next time, see ya. We got another delivery on the farm recently. Thanks for watching, everyone.